Hello, everyone, and welcome to Thrive Bright Minds. I'm Penny Brown, and I'm so glad you're here. This is a place where we can support brain health with kindness, curiosity, and connection. We are not expired. Hey, we are evolving here. Today, I want to talk about games, and I'm not talking about competition. I'm talking about connection. Get card games, board games, word games, puzzles. When I play games with older adults, I see many parts of the brain come alive at once. I see memory, attention, planning, decision making, problem solving, all happening. I've watched people become more alert and more engaged and more confident, and simply because their brain was being challenged. Games give the brain something meaningful to do, and the brain responds to that. It wants the challenge. Research supports what I've seen for years. Older adults who regularly engage in mentally stimulating activities tend to experience better brain aging. This includes people who play cards or board games, do word or number puzzles, engage in simple strategy games, or digital brain games. And this is the message I want you to remember. Studies show that regular mental engagement through games supports better brain aging. It's not about perfection. It's about giving your brain more tools to stay strong. I'm often asked about big headlines and big numbers from research studies. One large study followed older adults for about 10 years. Researchers compared people who rarely played games with those who played almost every day. They found that people who played regularly had a much lower risk of developing dementia over time, about 1/3 lower. That is really meaningful. I'm often asked, what about games on the internet? Are those helpful? Yes, you are engaging your brain, but you get double the benefits if you play games with other people. What does research tell me is this: staying mentally and socially engaged supports the brain. In my experience, games often come with other healthy habits, like connection and routine and purpose and curiosity. And all of those matter. One of the most important ideas of brain health is something called cognitive reserve. I like to describe cognitive reserve as the brain's backup system. If one pathway slows down, the brain doesn't panic. Because you have kept your brain active and connected with people, your brain builds a reserve. And if you have a fall or an illness, the brain takes that reserve and it looks for another route. I've seen this many times. Two people, similar challenges, very different abilities to adjust. Often the difference is how engaged their brain has been over time. And as far as games, it's not about winning. This is something I always say to participants and caregivers. You do not need to win. You do not need to be fast. You do not need to remember everything. And if someone is engaged, participating, smiling, or interacting, the activity is successful. I focus on participation, not performance. I have made a list below that has some of my favorite games that work well with folks who have mild cognitive impairments. There's also a free printable game that I use quite often. It's called Lucky Dog. It's a success-oriented game, making it fun for everyone to participate. Check it out and have some fun today. All right, so games bring something just as important as thinking: connection, laughter, conversation, shared moments. Yes. Isolation is hard on the brain and the heart. Isolation tells the brain, be fearful, you're alone, causing parts of the brain to shrink, making it more difficult to focus, solve problems, and to handle stress. Games bring people together, and sometimes the greatest benefit isn't the game itself. It's in the moment it creates. So before we end today, I want to leave you with this. Brain health isn't built in one big moment. It's built in small, meaningful ones. Every game you play, every conversation you share, every time you stay curious, you're giving your brain more tools to stay strong. Thank you for spending this time with me. And thank you for caring about your brain or the brain of someone you love. And remember, we are not expired. We are evolving. All right, until next time, I'll see you. Bye.